Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, Pikachu knees. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, ollie, ollie out to free. Howdy, howdy, good morning to you as well. Getting things set up here before I get going. Quality check, sound check, and all the blah, blah, blahs. Alrighty then. Welcome in, my peeps. Happy Monday. The timer is set to 0. Welcome into Morning Moo. I hope Moo and Moo are having a wonderful Moo day. Moo. Thank you so much for pressing the like button as well. I'm LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you so much for coming in. High five. Bam. Happy Monday to Moo and Moo. My weekend was awesome. What's going on, Space Bondy? We've got a cool peep in the chat. Bam! Hey, Space Bondy, welcome in. Thank you so much for being a part of the Cool Peep Squad. This is your second month in. Congratulations for being the second month Cool Peep. I really appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us. Thank you so much. Oh man, we've got the first in the chat for today is Caveman. We've got the first person in the chat today. Today is June 22nd, 4:48 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the beautiful state of Georgia. I hope all is well with all of you. Y'all, it is Morning Moo Monday Motivational Madness, helping Moo and Moo power Moo your work week, including myself too. Once again, I had a really nice peaceful weekend filled with a lot of positive activity. Got a lot of things done on the list and a little bit more. I look forward to the next weekend, living for the weekend. She's living for the weekend, everybody. LA, how could you? You're supposed to be living for you too. Excuse me? I'm still setting up a little bit, but I have most of it done, which is a cool thing. How were your weekends? I hope they were just as peaceful as mine, but if they were not, there's always another weekend coming around the corner, so we can, what? Improve. Thank you so much for putting cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Moo. Yes, cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Moo. Cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, pets, plants, animals, artificial intelligence, and all living, breathing things here under the sun, it is time to put some cows in the chat. You can put cow emojis in the chat, animal emojis in the chat, or your favorite emoji in general in the chat. Yes, this is a talking cow on Mondays. I am a spokeswoman for cows on Mondays, and I also make a special Wacko's Wish to NASA. Every Monday I ask NASA to please give us two things. Number one, a strawberry cow, and number two, a unicorn. I asked NASA because in the figment of my imagination, yes, they are listening to me. So I'm like, NASA people, since you're allegedly tearing up planet Earth with your weirdo science fancy schmancy crud, and for example, making bugs with too many legs and releasing them out to the world, and we have to deal with it. Why don't you go back into your fancy schmancy science labs and make us a strawberry cow as a peace offering to make this world a little bit better? We've got black and white cows, as you can see. We've got brown and white cows. So why not incorporate strawberry cows? The last thing I'm asking for, since I know you can do it, you can do anything. Please go back in time, open up the vault, and release unto us unicorns. Don't worry about how the unicorns are going to be protected, NASA, because we have a unicorn protection committee here on Elay TV where we will protect the unicorns once you release them to us here on planet Earth. Thank you so much for putting animals in the chat for the cows in the chat segment. Once again, every Monday, after my live stream and after breakfast, I walk to an undisclosed location on private property and have a meeting with the cows to ask them, what do they want me to come back to tell all of you? So this time the cows want me to tell you that they're happy with the results that I am providing here on Elay TV. Happily talking about cows, encouraging you to not eat cow meat. But the only segment they don't like is when I put the flame broiled cows in the chat, to which I'm about to do, because my cool peeps, you already know. What's life without cows? Can you imagine cows? Life without cows? We would not have any flame broiled cows. There will be no Burger King. Moo. Thank you. Yes, cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Moo. Cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Every Monday, I have to celebrate the cows for a set amount of time. And they do not like when I say flame broiled cows. They don't like when I mention them being put on the grill for Burger King or for tailgates. But it is what it is. We're acknowledging the good, the bad, and the ugly of Elay TV, right? Yeah. I love all of you. Thank you so much for coming in. High five to all of you. Bam! I'm so happy that you're here. We're moving forward with the cows in the chat. So I want to thank you all for putting cows in the chat and having a great time with me. And let's see here. There we go. And moving forward. Got it all done. Next thing I'm going to put in here is thank you so much for pushing the like button. High five. Followed by... Oh yeah? Cows are even handy in Minecraft. Aren't they cute? Speaking of Minecraft, I was looking over some of my Minecraft YouTube shorts. It's nice to know that people are still watching the Minecraft. It comes up in my short, my cool peeps. It shows how many people on a certain amount are watching them. So when I go to check, it's cute to see that that's in there. I need to refresh my YouTube page here on my computer, then we'll roll right into the topic of acknowledging the fact that there's Bigfoot. There have been a Bigfoot sighting in the state of Michigan. Don't you think that's neat? Now, last week I talked about Bigfoot in Ohio specifically. Now I want to talk about Bigfoot here in the state of, well, not here in the state of Michigan, but in the state of Michigan. I'm going to pull that up really quickly. So many things I could put in here. That's what I'll put. A couple of cows in the chat. I've already done that. I need to put my trophy in there. And don't get me wrong, I do enjoy a good turkey burger. I like turkey burgers too, but there's nothing like a fresh cow burger fresh off of the grill. You guys remember my cool peeps on Nickelodeon? There was a show. It didn't last very long, and I wish it did, but I liked it. The theme song went something like this: "All God's creation, fresh off the grill." And it was about these puppets who worked at like a restaurant, like a fast food restaurant, and all they served was like meat and stuff like that. I think the show was called Mr. Meaty, but my mom didn't like the show, so that was funny because it was kind of gross. In Australia, we call them yowies. That's what you call cows? Dude, cool. I like cows, they're precious. So before we start, what is a Bigfoot? I'll put, what is a Bigfoot? For everyone who don't know, because every waking second a new person is being born, and every second someone is getting a year older. So for the ones who are new to the world, I will read a definition of what a Bigfoot is, then we can all be in this together. Oh, okay, like High School Musical. You're talking, it's not a cow, it's Bigfoot. Gotcha. High five. Bam. So I'll reread it again. So in Australia, we call Bigfoot Yowies. That is really cool because when I'm watching cartoons, well, when I was growing up watching cartoons in the past, one of the sound effects that cartoon characters would use when they would like stub their toe, they would hop up and down and be like, Yowie! Instead of saying ouch. Cool, huh? So, if you were to watch one of our shows from the past, you probably were wondering, like, why are they jumping up and down holding their foot saying, Yowie! But that's our expression of saying ouch. That is neat. You live and you learn. Thank you for that information. We have Bigfoot is also known as Sasquatch. What is a Bigfoot? According to AI, Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, spelled capital S, lowercase a, S, Quatch, Sasquatch, is a legendary ape-like creature said to inhabit remote forests in North America, particularly in the Pacific Northwest. It is generally described as a large, hairy, bipedal humanoid, wow, standing 7 feet to 10 feet tall and covered in dark brown or black fur. While the scientific community considers Bigfoot to be a myth resulting from a combination of folklore, misidentifications like black bears, and hoaxes, the legend remains a major part of popular culture. I like Bigfoot. You know, I like the whole shebang surrounding it. It gives us something else to look forward to in life. We've got giant ostriches laying huge eggs, which is still crazy. Ostriches being bald and you see their legs. We have flamingos, and that's just birds. I haven't even got around to the four-legged friends that look crazy and neat and cool all at the same time. We have weird plants and weird shaped houses. So why not have it be a Bigfoot here in the land? That makes the world a more interesting place. I don't want planet Earth to be one-dimensional, and I know planet Earth isn't one-dimensional. That's why I like celebrating the fact that there could possibly be a Bigfoot roaming around. I mean, if there's elephants and giraffes, why not there be a Bigfoot? My question is, why don't they want us to see them? Let's see here. The legend of a wild giant man in the woods is a global phenomenon, but the North American Bigfoot specifically traces its roots to indigenous oral traditions, Native American legends. According to AI, my cool peeps, many Pacific Northwest tribes have ancient stories about giant hairy ape-like beings living in the wilderness, or should I say, living in the land of the lost. You remember that TV show, Living in the Land of the Lost? Land of the Lost. Ah! That came on Fox 66. My car hauling training is in Michigan. Oh, well, have a good time with that. It's the perfect time to be there. You don't want to be doing that type of training in Michigan in the winter. Blah. The Bigfoot name. The term Bigfoot became widely used in the year of 1958 after a road worker in Northern California discovered a set of unusually large footprints. It was later revealed in the year 2002, my cool peeps, that the man who made these tracks carved them as a prank. No way. Alleged evidence. Enthusiasts and cryptozoologists, not to be confused with cryptocurrency. Cryptozoologists, those who search for undocumented animals, have spent decades trying to prove Bigfoot exists, though no definitive physical evidence such as bones, DNA, or a body has ever been found. So they say. We have a survey here. We have 10 cool peeps. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you 10 times who have successfully participated in the survey. So I'll bring up Bella Swan. Yes, Bella Swan is awake and she is on time for work. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, pets, plants, animals, and artificial intelligence, all living, breathing things under the sun, now presenting to read the survey. Bella Swan. Dun, 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 dun. I roll. Welcome, everyone. I am Bella Swan. Thank you for coming to today's show on Morning Moo. Now, the moment you've been waiting for, my segment when I read the survey. Good morning, everyone. I hope your weekend was just as cool as mine. I tell you, I caught some sun. I watched a couple movies. Blah, 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 yaggity smaggity. Thank you so much for coming in. The next order of business is as follows. 10 of the cool peeps have participated in the survey, and I'm going to read it. Did you know there was a Bigfoot sighting in Michigan? 40% of the cool peeps said yes, and 60% said no. Well, I'm a part of the 60% who says no. Why would they want to go to Michigan? It's cold there. Moving forward. Thank you, Bella Swan, I guess, for reading the survey. Dun, 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 dun. So that's really cool. So once I finish reading a couple of more fun facts about Bigfoot, I am going to type into AI overview and ask it to please and thank you bring up the most current Bigfoot sighting spotted in Michigan. Now, we've already got a sneak peek about that last Monday when it meaning AI, listed off 3 sightings that are relative for this year. Number 1, Ohio. Number 2, Michigan. And number 3, Canada. Right now, we're talking about number 2 sighting, which is in Michigan. Gather around the forest fire, the dumpster fire, the bonfire, and my favorite, the ring of fire, up before the rising sun or after the sun, to talk about Bigfoot sighting in the state of Michigan. Lastly, for a fun fact and a roundabout of Bigfoot, the Patterson-Gilman film, shot in 1967 in Northern California. This short, shaky piece of footage of a large, hairy, bipedal figure walking through a clearing remains the most famous, debated, and analyzed piece of purported Bigfoot evidence. So this sets up some groundwork that the Bigfoot sightings have been around since the dawn of time, or at least since 1967. Tell as old as time. Beauty and the Beast. Now it's time to ask the question, the moment we've all been waiting for. Good morning to MOOO. High five, bam, and thank you for pressing the like button on your way in. It helps keep this party driving in the social media world so I can keep on talking about Bigfoot. Have there been any Bigfoot sightings in the state? In 2026? Voting. E for excellent. Hello, thank you for coming in. I remember that when Pizza Hut had a Bigfoot promotion, Good Times. No way, are you serious? Wow. Pizza Hut had a Bigfoot commercial. I'll write that down so I could come back to that, because we're getting ready to read about the latest Bigfoot sighting here in the state of Michigan. Thank you for that. Bigfoot Pizza Hut commercial. McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut, a Pizza Hut, a Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut. Thank you. Thank you. Bigfoot Pizza Hut commercial. Thank you. I asked the question. I didn't push enter. Oh wow, no wonder I was waiting here for a little longer than expected. I didn't push the enter button, so the computer, so AI could compute the answer for me. People were going crazy because at the time they were making pizzas that big, especially commercially. Oh, cool. You know, not too many people remember that song. We were singing that song in elementary school and middle school, I believe. Exactly, exactler. High five, bam. I was really first welcomed into the fold and introduced to that McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and the Pizza Hut song watching Super Size Me, Part 1. That Super Size Me McDonald's movie was really fun, and it opened up with the little one singing that song to drive home a point that many Americans are unfortunately overweight. But yeah, that's where I really first heard that song and somehow committed it to memory. You know what's funny, my cool peeps? What stays in my memory and what doesn't? Now, remembering pertinent directions to go. Remembering pertinent directions to, like, remember where the next fire escape is if I'm going on vacation with my family. I don't remember that, but I'll remember the last commercial I've seen before we had to evacuate. Stuff like that. High five, bam. So, have there been any Bigfoot sightings in the state of Michigan in 2026? According to AI, my cool peeps, yes. A notable Bigfoot sighting was reported in Michigan in May 2026. That's not too far away. According to the official database of the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, known as BFRO, the most recent logged encounter occurred in Chippewa County in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. I kind of figured that that's where it will be, on the account of it being so, it's realistic, but rustic, close and true to nature, untouched in a way. Beaches are raw, natural, rocky mountains, natural waterfalls, fresh water, endless trees, crisp air, heights. So yeah, in Michigan, that's where I would suspect, definitely. As an educated guess, that's where I would assume first where Bigfoot sightings would be. So yeah, Bigfoots have been spotted mainly in the upper peninsula. The May 2026 lighthouse encounter. The location. The encounter took place at dusk on the beach near the Whitefish Point Lighthouse near Paradise, Michigan. Are you familiar with Paradise, Michigan? The witness, two sisters from the Lansing area who were sightseeing with their Doberman Pinscher. What? So I want to know what the dog saw, or what the dog's reactions was when he saw it. Well, he or she saw it. The sighting, due to the dim twilight visibility, the witness did not capture photographic proof, but they described seeing a massive dark silhouette on the beach. They noted the figure had the physical build of a very big lumberjack with no neck. Their dog had also acted visibly spooked in the area the day prior. Wow. The Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization classified this case as a Class B report, which denotes a sighting where a creature was observed but missing the clear visibility, required for a Class A designation. Who cares about a Class A or a Class B? The fact of the matter is that they saw something abnormally bigger than usual, and it had their Doberman Pinscher spooked, yes, and nervous. Isn't that proof enough, my cool peeps, for that to be constituted as a Class A designation sighting for seeing a Sasquatch? Yes. Good morning to you too. High five. Bam. Thank you so much for coming in. There's so much right now that I'm wanting to know, but I'm going to keep straightforward with the article and then come back with the questions. Context of Michigan Bigfoot activity. So if you're going to Michigan, keep in mind, in May, there was a Bigfoot sighting in Michigan, near the Upper Peninsula in Chippewa County. Context of Michigan Bigfoot activity. Michigan is historically considered a major hotspot for Sasquatch folklore. A study tracking forest cover, climate, and historical data ranked Michigan as the fifth most likely place in North America to spot the legendary creature. Now, I did not think that Michigan was in the top ranking at all. Not like that. But the top 5 ranking to spot the legendary creature? Oh my gosh. High five. Bam. Thank you so much for coming in. We are gathered here talking about Bigfoot sightings in Michigan. I have to cover Bigfoot sightings in Michigan because Michigan is where I was born and raised. On the playground where I spend most of my days. Yeah, but Michigan is where I was born and raised, and y'all, I've been in Michigan all my life, basically. And why am I just now finding out that Michigan, it says it like this: the study tracking forest cover, climate, and historical data ranked the state of Michigan as the 5th most likely place in North America to spot the legendary creature. I did not know that. But you know what? I've always been told to stay out of the trees growing up, stay out of the forests, stay out of the woods, get from out of there. So maybe my elders who walked before me was saying that because they didn't want to say too much and scare me. Don't go in them trees, girl. Stay out of the woods. Come out of the darkness. Okay, I'm over exaggerating, but maybe because they knew Bigfoot was roaming the earth, seeking whom he may devour. Is Bigfoot Satan? Dun dun dun. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a lot of wilderness. Michigan does touch Canada. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. That's a solid point. Speaking of Bigfoot touching Canada, last week we discussed Bigfoot primarily in Ohio. But upon me asking if AI could provide for me to give to you, Bigfoot sightings that occurred this year, the top 3 locations were as follow and in this order. Number 1, the state of Ohio. Number 2, Michigan. And number 3, the country of Canada. As Bigfoot and his family casually cross state lines and country lines, going back and forth between Michigan and Canada, hand in hand, arm in arm, family, one Bigfoot family after the other. As Chile said, Bigfoot sightings are being seen more frequently because the big feet are multiplying. And I'm like, you know what? That makes perfect sense, unfortunately. Yes, I remember Harry and the Hendersons. That was a great show. The parts that I was able to see. And in fact, regarding Harry and the Hendersons, my cool peeps, one of my cool peeps last week asked if there were any movies done about Bigfoot. And I was like, I don't think there were actually movies done per se about Bigfoot, but the first example of Bigfoot meeting any type of low-key Hollywood esteem would be Harry and the Hendersons, because they did a exceptionally good job making that show. It was seen in so many people's houses and stuff, and it was fun. It was exciting. And right at the top of the key, AI did mention Harry and the Hendersons. Although it wasn't a movie, it still garnered a lot of notoriety as if it was a movie. So technically yes and no. And then to my surprise, as I did read further in the description last week, wondering if there were actual Bigfoot movies, there were a handful of Bigfoot movies that were out, but they fall into the compass of horror films, horror. So that I didn't know. The son of Bigfoot was cool. Oh my gosh, that sounds so familiar. How could I forget that? So not only, I'm going to open up a tab because one of my cool peeps who are still in here did mention the Bigfoot Pizza Hut commercial. And then so I'll have that tab open, and for you, you mentioned the son of Bigfoot was cool. And then I'll open up another tab about the son of Bigfoot. Thank you for that, y'all. Y'all. There was a cat in Fievel's, I think it was Fievel Goes West. Because there's Fievel Goes West and Fievel the American Tale. So in Fievel Goes West, there is a cat, and he was like, y'all. Okay. Can you please tell me about the son of Bigfoot? The son of Bigfoot. There. I'll have that queued up for later. Now I'm going to go back to the context of Michigan Bigfoot activity. Oh, please tell me more. The state has over 220 log reports on the BFRO geographical database prior to the 2026 beach sighting. Yes, the last major media frenzy encounter occurred in May 2025 in Monroe County. Monroe County. Wow. Monroe County sounds familiar. I'm trying to think where that's at. Okay, moving forward. In May 2025 in Monroe County, where father and son both fishing in a marsh reported a close encounter with a 6-foot-tall gorilla-like creature that sprinted away on 2 legs. If it sprinted away, my cool peeps, I really think the Bigfoot family, let's just say Bigfoot family, the Bigfoot family, I think they are non-aggressive. It's Sasquatch. But I say homosasquatches because homosasquatches, they said that's the term that if I can remember correctly, fandom people use, or basically Bigfoot nerds and geeks use. So Sasquatch and then homosasquatches. The lady used it a couple of times, at least 2 times I think, in Open Season movie. The owner who had the weenie dog who was dressed up in a vest, She was like, "Who's the squatches?" I believe they were out looking for Bigfoot while they were on vacation. But nonetheless, she mentioned it in the movie, and it's been stuck with me more so than any other cartoon or animated show that's been using the word. So, I want to know, I can tell you this, I want to know about this new Bigfoot sighting that I've learned that happened in May in Michigan, the lighthouse encounter. I didn't know about that because last week it only told us one experience that someone had, a couple of people had, and that was at a beach. So I'm going to go in order and ask AI to please tell me more about the lighthouse sighting. Hopefully it give me more information because this isn't enough. It's not enough. Tell me more about the lighthouse sighting in Michigan. There. So I'm waiting for the answer. Thank you so much for pressing the like button. We are cruising at a smooth 8 likes per hour. Welcome to the morning MOOO. High five, bam, merv to you. So I asked, can you please tell me more about the lighthouse sighting in Michigan 2026? And here we are, my cool peeps. The witness and timeline. Yes, the juicy details. I want to know timelines. Timelines, people, timelines, please. The witness and timeline. The encounter involved two sisters from the Lansing area, Diane Ward and Denise, who were on the sightseeing trip in Paradise, Michigan. Paradise, Michigan. They were traveling with Denise Doberman's pinscher named Snoop Dogg. Oh my gosh, y'all. They named their Doberman pinscher Snoop Dogg. About wow. The day before, May 18th, while walking along nearby Barb's Beach, the usually fearless Doberman suddenly became terrified. He refused to walk further and tried to force his way back. Come on, get out of the way, Pop-Up. Forced his way back to the car. Diane initially assumed a wolf or a bear was nearby. How can you just casually ignore when your protector Doberman pinscher is refusing to continue to walk forward? And they casually dismissed it, Michiganders, I tell you. They casually dismissed the Doberman's warning and assumed that it was a bear or a wolf. I don't care how long I lived in Michigan and how many trees and forests I've been submerged in. I'm not going to just casually be like, oh, it's just the wolf. Go about your business. Oh, it's just the bear. Go about your business. I feel a little more comfortable around a bear than I would a wolf, but I mean, I'm not choosing between the two. Now, why even have a dog to protect you and you're just going to ignore the signs? So I don't think I'm not even going to feel sorry for them. Thank God they weren't hurt, and I'll leave it at that. I need to read this all over again. What in the horror story is going on? This is how they set things up in the horror story. Who. That's an owl. Yeah, I know that's an owl. But the owl is hooing at a weird time and it's hooing weird. I don't think we should go in there. Curse snap! Okay, now I'm hearing twigs snap. I'm used to hearing twigs fall, sticks fall. They fall eloquently out of the tree and plop to the earth. There's a difference. But the way these twigs are snapping and the way that owl is hooing, I think we need to turn around and get into the car. Don't make me leave you. I will leave you. And that's how I will be in the horror film. wrong with you, girl? Oh man, Griffey Trade Dog. I cannot, people. I just cannot. You can if you believe you can. Look, I can do anything. And unfortunately, one of those things is, if I was in a horror movie, is leaving you behind, because I got a family to get back to. I got a job to go to tomorrow morning. I'm not getting ready to stand around and see nothing. What I figured out and what my Spanish sisters is telling me is, yeah, get out of here. And that's enough proof you need. Excuse me while I type something in here. I almost forgot. Pressing the like button. Shoo moo moo moo. Shoo moo moo moo. Shoo moo moo moo. Shoo moo 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 moo. I have to put thank you for pressing the like button on there. I see that really did help last time I put it on there. Yes. What's going on? That spicy burrito. Long time no see. High five. Bam. Thank you so much for coming in. Hey, spicy burrito. Meow, meow, meow. How you doing? You've been around since the Atlanta Journal-Constitution's time, like 2 years, man. I'm so happy I'm able to remember that. You've been here for a couple of years now. Hope all is well with you. Nice to see you. Hello. Oh my goodness, we got spicy burrito in the Hiiiiiiiiiiiiiii. How you doing? Oh my goodness, I gotta go make new pancakes, but I had to come out of here to tell you what's going on. Long time no see. Nice to see you, bruh. Okay, I'll let that slide. I'm not even gonna tell them to get in there and fix those dang old pancakes. I'm just gonna let that one slide today. Spicy burrito is in the Hiiiiiiiiiii. Today's topic, my friend, is Bigfoot sighting in Michigan. Yes, a Bigfoot sighting in Michigan. Right now, I'm talking about the witness and timeline. It's got me so surprised. I must read it all over again uninterrupted, because I just cannot believe what I just read that these chicks did. They didn't run for cover. And just like my Cool Peep member Jay Brown said, they definitely those are definitely red flags that they ignored. So here we go, referencing the witnesses who spotted Bigfoot, my cool peeps. And welcome in from Hawaii. Thank you so much for coming in from Hawaii. High five to you. Bam. We have this. The witness and timeline. The encounter involved two sisters from the Lansing area, Diane Ward and Denise, who were on the sightseeing trip in Paradise, Michigan. They were traveling with Denise's Doberman pinscher named Snoop Dogg the day before, which was May 18, 2026. While walking along nearby Barb's Beach, the usually fearless Doberman suddenly became terrified. He refused to walk further and tried to force his way back to the car. Diane initially assumed a wolf or a bear was nearby. Thankfully, all my cool peeps in here are extremely smart. And we all have the sense to know to run. Moving forward, the night of the sighting, May 19, 2026, at dusk, the sisters were walking near the historic Whitefish Point Lighthouse along the shore of Lake Michigan. Along the shore of Lake Superior when the dog froze again. I scratch my head at all the people who are blessed to get warnings in life. I haven't gotten that many warnings in my life growing up, and I just saw myself going into the proverbial the fiery furnace and getting burned every time. But I shake my head at people who get warning after warning, and they still do it anyways. Like these two chicks in Michigan who got a warning the first day, and on the second day, they still brought their behinds out there and saw what they saw. They had a F around and find out moment. The night of the sighting, May 19, 2026, in Michigan. At dusk, the sisters were walking near the historic Whitefish Point lighthouse along the shore of Lake Superior when the dog froze again. Shouts out to their dog, Snoop Dogg, the Doberman Pinscher, who was doing his or her job. Unfortunately, they drug you into danger, not heeding to your warning. Why even have a dog if you're not even going to listen to its warnings? Side note, that's why I know there's another. This is another proof why I know that there is a higher power. Because besides not heeding the warnings, they still left the scene unscathed. If we all could be that lucky. The all, meaning myself. As they approached a massive pile of driftwood on the beach, both sisters spotted a large dark silhouette. Physical description: due to the fading twilight, Edward Cullen, Bella Swan, they could not see facial features or fur. However, they described the shape as having the build of a, quote, very big lumberjack with no neck. Again, no neck. This is the second day, and like the 7th time, where AI has pointed out that Bigfoot don't have a neck. I'm thankful I have a neck. Bigfoot don't have a neck. Fun fact. We have. However, they described the shape as having the build of a very big lumberjack with no neck. Neck bone connected to the neck bone, and the neck bone connected to the neck bone. Neck bone's connected to the neck bone, and yeah, dun dun. Yes, that's right, my cool peeps. The neck bone is certainly connected to the neck bone, and the neck bone is connected to the neck bone, and the beat goes on, according to the Funko. The reaction: when they shined a flashlight in the figure's direction, the creature ducked down behind the driftwood to hide from the beam of light. Blinded by the light. He was blinded by the light. Thank you. You're welcome. Now get in that kitchen and what? Fix those daggone pancakes. Now we have to put pancakes in the chat. Pancakes in the chat. Moving forward. Let's see here. And there we go. Moving forward. We have BFRO investigations and theories. Diane submitted the encounter to the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization. Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, known as BFRO, who sent an investigator to review the case. Now, how long did it take for the investigators to get out there before the sight and the smell of the Bigfoot dissipated? Class B status. The BFRO officially logged it as a Class B report. In cryptozoology, Class B means an event where a creature was definitely observed, but the environmental, like twilight or distance, prevented a clear, unmistakable view of the face or body. The police connection, not the police police connection. Are we getting the popo involved with this? Excuse me. If you were to see Bigfoot, do you call the police? So many questions. If I were to see a Bigfoot sighting, do I call the police? Who do we call? Ghostbusters. So I'll leave that tab up too for later. The police connection is an interesting piece of context noted. In the report was a high level of local police activity in the area around that time. My cool peeps, law enforcement had been using helicopters and canine tracking teams to search a 4-mile stretch of nearby woods for an unrelated matter. Sure, an unrelated matter. Tell us anything. That's right. We're going to call Ghostbusters. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Thank you. Now, please, 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 get in there and fix them dang old pancakes. Good help is so hard to find. Good help is so hard to find. Law enforcement have been using helicopters and K9 tracking teams to search a 4-mile stretch of nearby woods for an unrelated matter. Cryptid researchers hypothesized that their intense human and aerial presence may have flushed the creature out of hiding, driving it towards the isolated beach where the sisters saw it. If you are interested in exploring further, I can share information about other major Bigfoot hotspots in Michigan or explain the BFRO conducts in its expectations. That's enough information on that. We are already approaching the first hour of morning MOOO already. It's like I just sat down here and pressed start. Although I did start a little early intentionally, it's still like I just started. No, they didn't take pictures. At least there's no proof of it, but I can ask. Did the sisters, I mean, if they were bold enough to ignore the warning of their Doberman picture named Snoop Dogg, why not just go and follow completely through and commit to the stuff and pull out your camera phone to take a picture? I mean, you've already disregarded the signs. Might as well fully commit to it. Did the sisters take pictures? I'm asking right now to see. Perhaps we'll garner a little more information. That is a good question. No, the sisters, according to AI, did not take any photos or videos during the encounter. According to media reports and the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, known as BFRO, there were a few distinct reasons why no photographic evidence was captured. Poor lighting conditions. Lies. With modern day technology and the power of a cell phone, they have like a million, billion, trillion lenses on the front and the back of the cell phone that is detected for night, dusk to dawn settings. Poor lighting conditions. The encounter happened risk at dusk. The encounter happened right at dusk. The fading twilight made it difficult to capture a clear image on the standard phone camera. Tell us anything. Fear and distraction. Why be scared? You've already fully committed to ignoring the warning signs. The sisters were caught completely off guard, and Denise Doberman's pincher began frantically pulling Diane away from the log pile. Managing a panicked dog while navigating the dark beach left them focused on safety rather than pulling out a phone. If you're walking on the beach in Michigan, upper Michigan, in the dark, safety has already gone out the window. I went to a beach in Michigan in the dark, but it was with a group, and I mean a group of friends, to a bonfire. It wasn't one or two. It was like a big old van full of us. And it wasn't no minivan neither. It was a big heaping group of us. And I was with not just all girls neither. It was guys and girls. That's why I felt okay about it. I still was nervous, but I was venturing out, having a good time. And I'm like, the best time and the only time I'll be able to experience something crazy like this here in Michigan is to go in a group. So I took advantage of it. Nothing happened. I stayed with the crowd. Didn't even go to the bathroom. I held it. Oh, and that was just the Lord, because I didn't have to use the bathroom. But yeah, I went with a group of people, and they put together the bonfire. The bonfire was big, so it was a lot of light everywhere. It was a lot of light everywhere, and I didn't deviate from that fire. And the van was close nearby in my line of sight. So yeah, Exactly. So if anybody wants to go experience the beach at night, heaven help you. But I would prefer for you to go with a group of friends. And if you can, if it's legal where you are, have a bonfire on the beach where there's plenty of light. Have flashlights still. Have pepper spray. Don't deviate even if you have to use the bathroom. Look, sometimes you just have to exchange privacy for peace of mind and protection. So if you have to use the bathroom, going with one person isn't enough. Go near the area, have your friends that you trust, put some jackets up around you, and take care of your business. But don't go out to the woods, don't deviate from the bonfire. Have your group of friends, have some tarps. That's why you're supposed to have tarps and stuff for these things like this, especially for the women. Going down the woods, have you a tarp so your friends can circle around you while you take care of your business, and then everybody's safe and everybody can go home. So, yeah, I don't want anybody to have a bad experience because it is fun if it's done right. The woods are scary, yes, but anything in nature that big and engulfing, like the mountains, the forest, certain animals, is breathtaking and scary at the same time. It can be intimidating too. I don't care how used to the woods you are. It's still like a natural, it's a respect. I could say that. It's a respect for the bigness of nature. And I like that. So shouts out to Mother Earth, shouts out to planet Earth, shouts out to nature as we move forward here. These are the reasons, my cool peeps, as to why the sisters did not take any photographic video imagery of Bigfoot. Number one, poor light conditions. Number two, fear and distractions. And three, the creature hiding. The moment Diane shined her flashlight towards the figure, it immediately ducked down behind the driftwood to break line of sight, preventing any opportunity for a clear shot. I have yet to have come across anyone who bore witness to a Bigfoot being mean. It seems like they're docile, don't like to be bothered, a gentle breed of creature. So that's your answer right there. The next thing we have, one of my cool peeps earlier at the beginning of the hour asked if I've seen the Pizza Hut Bigfoot commercial. So I typed in Bigfoot Pizza Hut commercial, and here we are. Panda. I saw Bigfoot when I took my shoe off. So, were you able to complete the process of putting your shoe back on upon seeing Bigfoot, or did you just run on out of there? Please tell us more about your Bigfoot experience. Or is the shoe still forever lost in the woods, crying desperately for its owner to return? Please come back to me. I miss you. Where are you? I've been in these woods 7 years. I'm decomposing. Please come back. A moment of silence for the shoe. I'm so sorry. The commercial is as follows, as we wait for an answer or not about Panda's shoe. Pizza Hut's iconic Bigfoot pizza launched in year 1993, backed by heavily rotated television commercials. It featured a 12 by 24 rectangular crust cut into 21 glorious slices and was sold for $10.99. The ads often highlighted the sheer size of the pie, showing it being difficult to measure and using Sasquatch themed humor. The commercials prominently feature actors like Ricky Dean, Logan playing delivery drivers. A massive promotional blimp even crashed into a Manhattan apartment building to promote the product. Because of the aggressive advertising, the Bigfoot became deeply ingrained in the 1990s pop culture. which later led to some Reddit users having mixed memories regarding whether the Bigfoot brand belonged to Pizza Hut or Little Caesars. Exactly. It is a 90s commercial, and I totally forgot about that. I'm looking at a small picture of the Bigfoot right now, the Bigfoot pizza. What I'm going to do is look it up. Wow. I remember that. I'm going to look it up on my other device to see if I can show you the picture of the Bigfoot pizza. Wow. The Bigfoot pizza. The way the packaging is, it looks like it's Little Caesar, so I can understand the confusion. Images. Here's a great picture. I'm going to get it prepared so I can show you all it. It's Pizza Hut. Wow. I'm going to choose this picture. The picture's a little grainy, but here it is. So what I'll do is, oh, I accidentally pushed the wrong button. No, I did not accidentally push the wrong button. I pushed the button on here that's built into these settings, and it kicked me out. Thank goodness I was able to reconnect. So here's the picture. It's so hard to see it. So my intentions are to go to this screen, get rid of the screen so you can see it. There it is. I'll shut off the light too. Bigfoot. That's the covering of it. And I'll provide one more picture for clarity purposes. Bigfoot pizza, Pizza Hut. Ooh, they want me to put in all this stuff and sign up. Here's one. How about that? So apparently there were two different kinds of Bigfoot pizza. There's a Bigfoot pizza sponsored by Pizza Hut, and Little Caesars had a Bigfoot pizza. Do you remember that now? See, isn't that cool? I remember the one at the bottom. This one right here. I remember that one. This one meaning the Pizza Hut one. Yeah, that's the one I remember. That's really cool, isn't it? So now I had to exit out of all of here. Wow, I do remember that. Little Caesar started it all. You think so? I'm going to look. It's pretty dark right now, but just a moment as I get my things set, get my settings back in place. It's kind of nice like this. It's easier on my eyes because sometimes the lights can be a bit too much. So I'm going back to the morning. I'm looking for my morning MOOO background. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Meow, 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 meow. Hot dog. Done. Okay, there we are. Little Caesar started it all. So I'm going to ask and see. Did Little Caesar start this first, or did Pizza Hut? Who started it first? Who started this first? Hey, what's going on? High five. Bam. Who started this first? Who started this first? Little Caesars. Speaking of Little Caesars, my cool peeps, did you see the Caesars commercial? For those who have Amazon Prime, if you have Amazon Prime, you'll be able to order a pizza for $5.99. Online only, but it's back to the times of the past. Remember, are you ready? Little Caesars hot and ready. Yes, you'll be able to get a Little Caesars hot and ready pizza for $5.99, my cool peeps. Online through Little Caesars if you're a Prime member. Hey, what's going on? High five. Thank you so much for coming in and for pressing the like button. Yes, so I have your answer here. Who started it first, Little Caesars or Pizza Hut? Who started the Bigfoot pizza? Pizza Hut started it first. Pizza Hut was founded in May 31st, 1958. No. I'll read this part, but Pizza Hut was founded on May 31st, 1958 by brothers Dan and Frank Carney in Wichita, Kansas. Wichita! Little Caesars was founded a year later on May 8th, 1959 by a married couple, Mike and Marion Litch, in Garden City, Michigan. Let's go, Garden City, Michigan. But what I want to know is who started the Bigfoot pizza, so I'll have to be more clear on my questioning. Just one moment. Can you, who started the Bigfoot pizza first? All right, now we're going to get the answer. Pizza Hut started the Bigfoot pizza first, my cool peeps. So there's the answer right there. So Little Caesars copied. Wow. Pizza Hut officially created and launched the Bigfoot pizza in May 1993. Little Caesars never actually sold a product called the Bigfoot. It was always Pizza Hut's exclusive. The 1990s giant pizza timeline. Pizza Hut's massive success with the Bigfoot triggered a giant pizza war. Yes. Pizza war. Meow, meow, meow. I like when the restaurants have a fight or a war, because that means the prices are competitive and the prices start to drop. The Pizza Hut's massive success with Bigfoot triggered a giant pizza war. Little Caesars quickly launched competing items to fight back. May 1993, my cool peeps, Pizza Hut releases the Bigfoot Pizza, a 2-foot, 21-slice rectangular pie. Late 1993, Little Caesars responds with the Big Cheese, and later the Big Caesar, yes, which consisted of 2 large pizzas sold together in one giant box. Pizza. Little Caesars, duh. Little Caesars hot and ready. Duh. Pizza, burr. Little Caesars hot and ready. 1996 through 97, Little Caesars takes a step further by launching pizza by the foot, a ludicrously long pie served in a massive 4-foot cardboard box. Because Little Caesars related pizza by the foot, and both companies were selling giant rectangular value pies at the exact same time, my cool peeps, many people mixed up the names today, including myself. However, the specific Bigfoot name and Sasquatch mascots belong strictly to Pizza Hut. I read your comment. I'm not going to put it up here, but I read it. That's not funny. Oh, that's not funny. High five. Um, if you're curious about the 90s fast food nostalgia, I can look up details on Domino's competing giant pie, the Dominator, or share some of the funny marketing stunts Pizza Hut used to promote the Bigfoot pizza. So that's that on that. So far we talked about what is Bigfoot, so everyone who doesn't know can know, because not everyone knows. People are constantly being born on planet Earth by the minute. So that means there's also new people here who don't even know a thing about Bigfoot. So I touched on who Bigfoot is, and then I went over to cover about Bigfoot in Michigan. Michigan is where I was born and raised, so it's fun and exciting to finally get to Bigfoot sightings in Michigan. But Michiganders, you gotta do better, man. You heed the warning when your dog tells you don't go there. Don't go there. Why even have a dog to protect you if you're not even gonna listen to it? Once again, I'm just glad nobody was hurt. And I hoping that the dog recovered. I hope that the dog didn't get traumatized after having to get put back into the same situation, not one day, but 2 days. Okay, welcome in from Detroit. High five, bam. So that means we're sharing the same time slot. It's 5:58 here in Georgia. 5:58 a.m. ET time. What did the girls look like? Ooh, wait, now that's a good question. Let's see if there's any images of them. As I go over to the computer to see. A fantastic question. Did the media... I'm looking now. Bigfoot. Alright, so I'm going to see. I mean, after all, they presented to us their names. It says, no, the media did not provide any pictures or videos of the sisters Diane and Denise or their dog named Snoop Dogg. When news outlets like Fox News and various radio shows networks covered the story, they only published the names provided by the BFRO report. Instead of personal photos, the articles are illustrating using stock photos. Boo! Generic graphics. Because the case was submitted directly to a volunteer research database rather than through a public press conference, the sisters have maintained their privacy and have not shared personal photos with the public. If you are interested, I can provide details on how the BFRO protects the anonymity of eyewitnesses who submit reports. Other famous cases where eyewitnesses did go on camera to tell their story. Yeah, so their sisters, Diane and Denise, they only gave us their first names, but no pictures were provided. That's a good question, and I'm glad you were able to ask it while I was on. Now we're on to tab number 2. Can you please tell me about the son of Bigfoot? The son of Bigfoot, according to AI. The son of Bigfoot, also known internationally as Bigfoot Jr., is a 2017 animated fantasy comedy film directed by Ben Stanson and Jeremy Dirksen. Durg. It follows... Stick to the topic, Elay. I am sticking to the topic. It follows an outcast teenage boy named Adam who sets out to find his missing father, only to discover his dad is the legendary mythical Bigfoot. Ooh, that sounds fun. The discovery, Adam realizes that his sudden unusual physical transformation, like growing exceptionally fast, hair, and having superhuman abilities are due to his unique genetics. This is cute. The conflict. Bigfoot reveals he went into hiding to protect his family from the corrupt CEO of Hairco, a pharmaceutical giant eager to extract Bigfoot's special DNA for genetic experimentation. Wow. According to AI, the journey, Adam and his father are forced to reunite and team up to evade the evil corporation, during which Adam discovers his own unique nature-based superpowers. Oh, this sounds really familiar. And you know what? It sounds fun too. That movie plot was crazy. I like the movie though. I'm already liking it. It sounds really fun. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. He's loving it. Loving it like McDonald's. Production and reception. The creators. The film was produced by the Belgian studio In Wave Pictures. Sequels. The story continued with the 2020 sequel. The story continued with the 2020 sequel, Bigfoot Family, sometimes marketed as Son of Bigfoot Part 2. So if you did not know, I am here to gladly inform you that the Son of Bigfoot 2 is out. They made a sequel in 2020. Audience reception. Reviews for the film were generally mixed. Some audiences appreciate it as a fun, family-friendly movie with a strong message, while others critique its execution and writing. Yes, it's the sequel. Where can we watch the sequel? I'm going to look that up. Where can I watch the sequel? Sequel is spelled S. Where is it? I just saw the word. Roar! Where did I just see the word sequel? It's like I'm back in class and I lost my spot when I had to read out loud. All this time I've been following along, but when it's my turn to read, I lose the place. Sequel. Oh my gosh, where is it? Oh, Sequeal. Sequel. Sequeal. Where can I watch the sequel? One of the Muppet movies that I own, I think it's Muppets in Manhattan. My husband bought me that movie. They were like, we're in a sequel. We're in a sequel. Yay! You can watch the sequel Bigfoot Family exclusively on Netflix, my cool peeps. Viewing details. Streaming platforms available to watch on Netflix with the standard subscription. Physical media. You can also purchase the movie on Blu-ray through retailers like Amazon. I won't read what the sequel is about because it will be a spoiler alert, but that's enough information for you to go by. And the way things work nowadays, you might even be able to find it somewhere for free. But now that you know, and my last tab that I have open, my cool peeps, I want to know if we were to see, or if I were to see a Bigfoot, do we call the police? What is the protocol if we were to see Bigfoot? I see your comment. You're in Florida. It's 4:58 where you are. Cool. It's 6:05 here. So we're going to have Bella Swan come in one last time to read the survey. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, pets, plants, animals, artificial intelligence, and all living, breathing things here under the sun. It is time for Bella Swan to read the survey. Ah, yes, the moment you've been waiting for. Me, Bella Swan. Thank you so much for participating in this morning's Morning MOOO survey. And the question is as follows. Load it up on the screen, please, LA. Did you know there was a Bigfoot sighting in the state of Michigan? 68% of the cool peeps, my cool peeps, said no. And 32% of the cool peeps said yes. That is the survey. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you, Bella Swan. Do you know that Bella Swan showed up to work on time today? And she's been quiet too. To my surprise, my cool peeps, Bella Swan's been quiet. So the last subject here, referencing Bigfoot sighting in Michigan, let's talk about him. Oh no, I shouldn't have said let's talk about him. Here he comes. Yeah, talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. Ooh, dun, 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 dun. Funky town. Oh, please, please get in there and fix those dang old pancakes. Please, will you get in the kitchen and fix those dang old pancakes? Doing too much as usual. You're doing too much. You just simply doing too much. Hi, I'm Elay TV. I'm Elay of Elay TV. And I certify that you doing too much. So, my question is, if I were to see a Bigfoot sighting, do I call the police? Who do I call? Yeah, they always have something up their sleeve. I tell you, man, they're always up to something. Good help is so hard to find. I'm stuck with them. Nothing I could do about it. They're locked into a forever contract with me. If the sighting possesses an immediate threat to human safety, example, property damage, aggressive behavior, or a trapped animal, dial 911. Otherwise, there is no official government agency for Bigfoot. You can report the sighting to research organizations or log it on a sighting map. If the creature is trespassing on your property, let it go. Don't be a hero. Call to the law for help and wait for further instructions. Okay, AI didn't say that, but that's what I'm saying. Ah, man, if it is an emergency, if the creature is trespassing on your property according to AI, destroying property or behaving aggressively, you should absolutely call the police according to AI. Call the police on your local sheriff or your local sheriff department. Treat the situation as you would an encounter with a dangerous bear or large unauthorized animal. If it is not an emergency, my cool peeps, if you simply witness a figure in the woods and want to document the encounter, you have a few specialized options. Have your pen and paper ready, because these are your few specialized options. When and if you see a Bigfoot. Hello, very cool. They still got you on YouTube, Wisconsin. I am still on YouTube, holding it down, representing the cows of America. Thank you for coming back in. High five, bam. And I know all is well with you. You and MOOO too. So these are the things that you need. If you run across a Helma Sasquatches, a Sasquatch or Bigfoot. If you simply witness a figure in the woods and want to document the encounter, you have a few specialized options. Regional authorities, Bigfoot research, organizations, and universities. Regional authorities. If you are near a heavily wooded area or national park, you can contact the local U.S. Forest Service. Good luck, you're better off calling Smokey the Bear. Only you can prevent forest fires. If you are near a heavily wooded area or national park, you can contact the local U.S. Forest Service. Now, don't the forest park rangers be pinned up in the tree somewhere in like this fancy schmancy clubhouse looking down on the lowly people getting mauled by bears as they look from on high in their trees with their binoculars like, oh, there's nothing we can do about it. We're way up here. Let nature have its way. Why would I rely on them? You got to look up and be like, help! And hopefully they can hear you. You can call The U.S. Forest Department or State Department of Natural Resources, sources such as the Georgia Department of Natural Resources, or fill in the blank. Your state's Department of Natural Resources. So if you live in Michigan, you can call Michigan Department of Natural Resources, or Florida Department of Natural Resources, or Wisconsin's Natural Department of Resources. Especially if you suspect it's a misidentified protected species like a bear. Are we now calling the forest authorities when we see a bear? That's their territory. So why are we calling the forest anything to report a bear sighting when we are encroaching on their territory? That's just like going to the hood. Yes, 911. What is your emergency? I see black people. And the operator is trying to conduct him or herself like, I see your GPS and you're in the hood, so why are you calling? Yes, they're everywhere. I'm scared. But it says right now your GPS says that you're driving in the heat of the hood. What you want to do is back away. Have OnStar pull up some GPS directions so you can leave. That's pretty much what that is. Why are we wasting time? Those lookout towers, yeah, like the hide in Jurassic Park. Give me a couple of them and I can face anything. Tsunamis, tornadoes, heavy rain, high heat. And the last place you can call, the second to last place you can report if you see a Bigfoot. Side note, with the light shut off, you can see my cheeks more on my face. That's kind of cute. Moving forward, Bigfoot research organizations. You can officially log your experience on the Bigfoot sighting map if you survive. Hosted by the Bigfoot. Not a serious bone in her body. Hosted by the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization known as BFRO. BFRO to the O. You don't hear us calling Pepperidge Farm saying 911. What's your emergency? There's too many goddamn cows here on Pepperidge Farm. I feel boxed in. Singled out. Will you help me? And lastly, universities. If you manage to catch tangible physical evidence such as a hair, samples, or tracks, experienced researchers on platforms like Reddit suggest contacting the biology or zoology department at a nearby major university like Georgia State University, Saginaw Valley State University, or Kennesaw State University, or Michigan State University, or Michigan Tech University. So, if you find any weirdo schmeardo, fancy schmancy, off the beaten path scientific jargon that you feel compelled to share, do not call 911, 911, 919. I think that's what my deal would say. Don't even bother contacting your local forest department. They sitting up on high, not caring about us. Don't even bother calling Bigfoot Research Organization. Go to your local college and tell them. Tips for reporting. If you report a sighting, my cool peeps, gather as much specific information as you can, such as time and exact location. GPS coordinates make it much easier to pinpoint the area. Price line negotiator. Physical description. Physical description. height, build, hair color, and vocalizations or sounds. Yeah, I saw Sasquatch, homeless squatches. It was in the forest. Talk about some. That was no doggone Sasquatch, fool. That was a dog. Get off my line. And lastly, evidence. Any photos, video clips, or cast the footprints you were able to secure. This is all the information that I have today for Morning MOOO with Elay TV. I need the Funkos to please do your job and turn the house lights back on for me. Can you turn the house lights back on? Wow, they actually did something correctly. They are actually in charge of the lighting and carrying on. The house lights are back on. The time is 6:17 a.m. ET time, and we've all been gathered around the forest fire, the dumpster fire, the bonfire, and my favorite, the ring of fire up before the rising sun, or for some, after the setting sun, to gather around here with me and my cool peeps on Morning MOOO, Monday Motivational Madness, helping MOOO and me too power MOOO your work week. Every time you're on this show, you learn something. Thank you so much for coming in. A special shout out to all my cool peeps who have memberships. Take a look around. There's a lot to see that's locked behind the paywall of the membership. Thank you for joining. Welcome in all my new peeps. Thank you so much for coming in. And for all of you who just missed me, thank you for joining us on Replay Squad. Shoo murmur, better late than never. That's right. Shoo murmur. What's going on, Lee? High five. Bam. Shoo murmur. Shoo murmur. Thanks for coming in. See you tomorrow on Taco Tuesday, of course, but Cartoon Tuesday. Bye.